Welcome to Today in PAX Day. My name is Stinkpot, and I'll be stinking up your home today to tell you about the latest and greatest in PAX Day. Feel free to look in the description and skip around to content that you enjoy the most. Today in PAX Day, we're going to kick off this show with our comments section. I'll do my best to highlight our comments from our previous video. Here's what Bobby had to say in the last video about PAX Day. So, the golden era of MMOs was not great because of sandboxes. I will say sandbox games I do like, just hard to get right. But now with better options and better PCs, we can do crazy stuff. Current state of the $40 game is not worth it at the moment because the combat is meh. So no clue what the future is with a lot of things. Game could be great. Reason why it's early access, of course. Now, the beginning of that comment, Bobby was replying to my video, and when I mentioned in last video, we were talking about the golden age of MMOs, how they were more geared for sandbox. So that's why he mentioned that comment there. He says, the golden age of MMOs was not because of sandbox. That's his opinion. I feel like it was because you had EverQuest running the kingdom back then. You still had Ultimate Online around, and those games were not your theme parks. Your theme park MMOs didn't really come into play until World of Warcraft took over the scene in 2004. So that's why I made that reference. Bobby, thanks for hitting that comment button and leaving us some constructive feedback. I always enjoy having a conversation with anybody off stream, and thank you for not taking it to that toxic level. It's okay to take it to a stinking level, just not that toxic levels. So thank you once again. So that was Saturday morning. I was having a discussion off and on with Bobby. We went back and forth a few times, and then I had to move out to Mammoth Cave. So that was the culmination of my birthday weekend last week. Thanks to those guys out there that did help us celebrate. It was a lot of fun, and we'll probably be going back to Mammoth Cave at some point, but not in the near term. I think we're good for a while. So yeah, so that was Bobby's comment right there. Let's get on with the show. Make sure you're hitting that like and subscribe button, guys, because just like Bobby did in the previous segment, he took the initiative to leave us a comment for us to respond to here today. Anytime you guys leave comments, I will do my best to get it on the next show that we have, so your voice can be heard right here in Today in PAX Day. So thank you so much for the contributions in the last video. Now let's get on with the juicy stuff that you guys have all been waiting for. This is the maintenance update, August 13th, 2024. That is where we are here today, and I want to talk a little bit about, there's 5 points that they announced early this morning. And I was in the office, didn't get a chance to get in here and get the content for you, but here we are. We're gonna be going through this and trying to dissect things the best we can. So here we go. Number 1, resources and crafting, ladies and gentlemen. That is one area that they wanted to improve with this update. So fix for equip, unequip, action sometimes being rejected during bad network connections. Now, I prefer a wired connection because it offers a stable connection. Even if you only have 10 megabits or 20 megabits per second, a wired connection is going to do leagues and bounds above a wireless. So also fixed to prevent rapid request of the unequip on the same item from reverting the action that is already in progress. I can see people doing that. If you want to do, this is mainly probably geared for the weapon switchers out there. Fixed an issue with the precision of item durability that would prevent being damaged when the value was near zero. Fix an issue with the precision of item durability that would prevent being damaged. Oh, so if it was almost broke, it would not get damaged? I'm pretty sure I experienced that, but I probably didn't even realize it was happening. So I'm glad they got that fixed, because that would be a problem. And the last one is fixed an issue where wieldable animation layers sometimes did not kick in when players enter the world. Wieldable animation layers. On to the next one, ladies and gentlemen. We are talking the PAX DEI here today. Maintenance update, August 13th, 2024. So hopefully you guys are interested in what we have to say here today on With the Updates. Combat! That's a big one that we're going to be talking about. A lot of you guys have been like, oh, please make the combat better, make the combat better. Well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are talking about that combat. It's slowly getting better from your Alpha 1, Alpha 2 to early access to now. You can see they're making tweaks, and they also announced last week in the big content update that's coming, and there's going to be more fluid combat changes. So it's going to require you to up the ante a little bit on your skills when it comes to combat in the near future. How near? We'll have to wait and see, but let's get on with these maintenance fixes. Fixed an issue that would cause incorrect behavior when casting Mesmerize on a leashing enemy. I told you guys last week, I'm like, I wasn't really sure what leashing meant, so I'm guessing at this point is when you aggro a mob and it's running towards you, it's like beelines towards you, so it has like a leash and you're reeling it in. I'm guessing that's what it's talking about. Anybody know? Leave a comment. So Mez and Fireball, this is the beginning of the Mez Fireball nerf that have been rumored for a while. Mez has been too OP. So I think this is the beginning of the Mez nerf right here. So incorrect behavior has been fixed. Also fixed an issue where spells could be cast without stamina. Again, like I said, we're at the beginnings of the Mez and Fireball. So the first one was about Mez. The second one is not specifically about fireballs, but spells are incorporated with fireballs. So it also would apply to your healing spells. So yeah, that, you know, we have had the unlimited stamina bug when running between zones, but now they've fixed the casting spells when you didn't have enough stamina. So fixed an issue with combat music continuing after a player changes zone. Yes, I have noticed this, and if you paid attention to last week's video when we showed the gameplay, this was experienced on our last week's video. I just didn't mention it, but I'm like, and I have been in places where I'm like, man, it's like at some point there was two different music tracks looping over top of each other. That's when I noticed it. So looks like they're getting that in check. Variation motions have been added to stun mechanic, so they're modifying stun. Fixed an issue where two-handed weapon special attacks not playing ground hit effects. So this is again alluding to the fact that the combat upgrade is in full swing. These are little nuggets of combat enhancements and fixes that they are making to try and get combat more to feel like combat instead of you just swinging in midair. So a good start for combat fixes. Let's see what they continue on to next week. Maybe even later this week. We don't know. UI and UX improvements. So it'll be good to make note of that as we get in here and figure stuff out. So yeah, what do you guys think? Any comments? But fixed an issue where players could accidentally press different buttons in the radio menu. Signs are no longer interactable. Why did they need to be interactable? So they really need to make an enhancement to signs where you can just hover your mouse over the sign and it will highlight what that symbol is. Maybe a lot of other games I know do that. Maybe that's not their intent. I don't know, but I think when they added the symbols, that was only halfway to where they need to be with signs. Fixed an issue with pop-up button in the lobby not having the intended functionality. Okay, let's go back. I did notice when you load into this game, sometimes you'll click that acknowledgement and you'll load in, and then it'll wait a few seconds, attempt to load in, and take you right back to the login screen where you select the character again. So you basically have to do that action twice sometimes. I'm not sure if that's what they're talking about, but there you have it. So fixed new clan leaders getting duplicate clan messages. I have not noticed that. So when there's probably because we haven't had a new clan leader. I've been the clan leader the whole time, so I haven't experienced that one. Removing the settings keybinds from the lobby. Now I know a lot of you guys have talked about that with the lobby. I've seen it a couple times where you'll come back to the lobby or you'll log in for the first time, and in addition to this, it'll have this screen up, and it'll just come up automatically. So that's what they're talking about there. They apparently fixed that, removing the settings keybinds from the lobby. Adding a refresh button to the character list. Okay, let's take a look at this. Adding a refresh button to the character list, which is right here in the bottom left, refresh characters. That's R. What did the patch note set? To the character list in lobby to get access again after they were unavailable due to maintenance. Okay. So if you're sitting here on this screen while maintenance is in progress and maintenance completes, you can hit the refresh characters to say, hey, I can log in now, because that was not happening before. While it was in maintenance mode, you'd be waiting at the screen, waiting for the login servers to come back up, and it wouldn't happen. So like I said, you'd be on this screen like, oh, I can't wait to log in, but it enter world. And so it's just the state of the screen getting refreshed when the servers transition from offline to online. That's what this one's talking about. All right, removed HUD elements that showed on the loading screen when entering the game. Removed HUD. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. Removed HUD elements that showed on the loading screen when entering the game. All right, so there was HUD elements apparently on this screen. I do not see them right now. Loading. But did they fix the double hitch? Was I able to? Did they? Let's do a full log out. Exit game this time. Let's exit the game. Let's exit now. And we will reload the game. Early access. I expect that one. Now, the building should not be loaded this time because we went all the way out of the game. So I expect the double hitch to still happen. Oh, they might have fixed it, because the buildings are already loaded. Well, that would be a night. We'll keep testing this, but if one of these fixes tested that double hitch, that is a huge win for the user experience on that. So we'll keep messing with it, but that is looking good. I'm really happy about that one. All right, let's get on to the next one here. And so that was that might have been, no, Okay, so added cancel button to the split stack UI. Do I have anything that I can split? I'm stupid. What's the key combo? It's like Shift Alt click or right click. It's one of these. Control Shift left right click. Yeah, I just give up. I've tried Shift click, I've tried Control click, Alt click. I've tried like 500 combinations to try and split a stack, and I must be an idiot. So, humor me. Anybody know how to split a stack? I've done it like a month ago, and now all of a sudden I can't split a stack. I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna move on to the next one. So added a button to log out. So this is the one we were talking about moments ago. A button log out. Okay, and now you can hit log out now, cancel, moving, it lets you know you're moving to lobby, so that is brand new text. We're gonna cancel it. So yeah, there is that function. Added a button to log out. All right, so let's move on to the next section here. We got a couple more to go. This is gonna be world interaction, fixed bug in camp spawning behavior that immediately repopulate certain spawn points without respecting the spawn timer. I've seen this with named NPCs. Sometimes you would have to examine you know, the Inquisitor dudes, Examiners of Truth. You'd have multiple of those, or multiple of any other ones, or you would have a group of 6 to 8 boars, wolves, that kind of thing. So they've always been having some kind of respawn or overpopulation since early access started. Remember the rabbit frenzy, where there was literally hundreds of rabbits in one spot. So they're slowly getting better, but it seems this repopulation bug seems to keep rearing its ugly head from time to time, but hopefully they've squashed it for good now. This is definitely a big one here for the next one. Fixed an issue where medium ring fort in the Nis Gallia was missing NPCs. Now, if we go back to the gameplay for just a moment, I can show you. I am on the Freya server, and specifically in Jura is our province, and so these are the forts they're talking about. I have noticed that there was one NPC that would be stuck in the air. And this is another maintenance fix they did, is they prevented him from spawning up in the air, and you should be able to loot him now just fine. But this one is specifically talking about the medium fort missing NPCs altogether. It's the issue where corpses could spawn to 0-0 origin and were unrecoverable. Did not experience that, never been sent. Or I have never gone to 0-0-0 and had that issue, but good to know. Fixed an issue where corpses could spawn in the air. See, that we were just talking about this on the Inquisitor's medium fort, right here. So back to that one, the Inquisitor's medium fort. You'll no longer have that one dude just shooting you from the air. Fixed an issue where bears could become unresponsive in water. All the bears I fought have never been near water, so I didn't experience that, but this probably goes along with the bug, the game-breaking bug that was a few weeks ago, as well as it would cause, I think it caused your client crash if you tried to swim in the water. They fixed that one, but now we were having trouble with bears being unresponsive in the water. So less invasive of a bug, but nonetheless has been fixed. And fixed an issue where map movement audio would continue playing even when the mouse was still. See, that's a nugget of information that I didn't know about at all. I didn't know that the game music was triggered by mouse movement. I always thought every time I got into combat, that would trigger the music, or when I went into a specific area of the map, that would trigger it. I didn't know it was just map or mouse movement itself doing the legwork there. So the last one is one I'm really excited about, and that is graphic improvements, guys. I have a NVIDIA RTX 4070 Ti Super. I specifically got a beefier card to enjoy the graphics of this game. I love the graphics of PAX DEI. For an Unreal Engine 5 MMO, it's setting the bar high. So, fixed an issue where the streaming distance setting didn't persist after rebooting the title. Let's look at that one real quick, because we showed this last week on stream. You go to settings, you go to controls, or sorry, not controls. You go to graphics. The streaming distance set to 100%. So let's set it to 54. Let's confirm. Good job. Let's exit the game this time. We'll let it fully log out. We won't hit the quick exit. So while that's happening, wearing certain leather shoes does not affect the size of the ankles. That is crazy. I wish I could have seen that one in action, but alas, I did not. So let's go ahead and get back to the gameplay. We are now loading. Let's see if we're still at 54%, because that was one of my pet peeves. Mind you, I don't notice a visual difference when I have that cranked up to 100% versus 0%. So that's something I want to look at when we get back in game as well. Is there a visual difference between the upper end of that setting and the lower end of that setting? And most importantly, is it still at 54%? That's going to be the big question we have here today. Much better view. So we'll do a 360 look around. See the mountains up there, the clouds. Now, does that change at all when we take it up to 100? Oh, you can see in the background, I did notice in the, it did load more trees and stuff. Let's set it back down to 0. Yeah, you can see, definitely see in the background now that it is making a difference. Yeah, so if we go here, so those, here, let me take you into this mode. Just to give you the point of reference I'm looking at, because I don't think it's going to affect streaming distance when you're in this mode. Maybe it does, I don't know. But we're specifically, yeah, it does seem to be loading. So this set of trees is what we're looking at, okay? Yeah, off in the distance there. Now when I change that streaming distance, you're gonna notice those go away. See that? It's not as dense of trees. See? You actually can't see the trees at all. So there's trees out on that hill, but you can't see them when it's set to 0. I don't believe it was doing that before the update, and now that we have it set to 100, you can see those trees now. It's not a naked hill anymore. So that is the streaming distance taken into consideration, guys. Play with that if you want. But what I'm most excited about in this update is you no longer have that double hitch when you log into the game for the first time. That's probably the one I was the worst user experience for me. So hope you guys enjoyed this update in PAX DEI. We're going to take you out of the game now. Thanks for watching. It's been a pleasure serving you here today. I'm Stinkpot. This has been your Today in PAX DEI. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching today's video. We hope you enjoyed Today in PAX DEI. If you liked our content and want to join us live, head on over to twitch.tv/StinkpotStudios. Hit that follow button and enjoy our next live stream. Also, if you want to contact me in Discord outside of any streams or any videos, you can do that by friending Stinkpot Studios. Mention PAX DEI in your request, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. See you next time.